What's going on, Colts Nation? I'm Lawrence Owen. With me, as usual, is my guy, Colts Loyalist. And today is Complain Fest 2022. Okay? We have got so much to talk about, and very little of it is positive, especially about this game that just happened yesterday against the Tennessee Titans in Lucas Oil freaking Stadium. Loyalist, tell me something.
Oh man, I'll tell you right now. I love this team. I believe in this team. I understand that this team, like Coach says, everything's still within reach. But this schedule was so front loaded, and I mean, 3 divisional games, and we still haven't got a win. I'm trying to stay positive, Colts Nation, but man, this is just a gut punch. This game really, to me, meant more than even the Kansas City game last week.
Oh, and you know what? What's funny is not only do you take this gut punch from yesterday, but now we got a 4-day layover before we play the freaking Broncos in Denver. All right. And the Colts are averaging like more than 3 turnovers a game. All right. Matt Ryan has put the ball. The Colts themselves have put the ball on the ground an average of 3 times a game, just fumbling. Put the ball on the ground 3 times a game. And then Matt Ryan's got 5 interceptions, dude. Look, I don't care if Matt Ryan throws 350 yards a game. I do care because in that situation, in that kind of offense, we should be winning a game. But when you give the ball away 3 times in a game, odds of winning goes straight down the toilet.
Yeah, especially whenever you can't run the ball consistently, which that's what we've always hung our hat on. And then, like you said, ball security and offensive protection. And I'm putting that on line, tight end, quarterback, okay, running back. But just those 2 things, along with the slow start, those 3 factors for me, they've got to change. They've got to change, and they've got to change like yesterday, okay? We continuously put ourselves behind this dreaded 8 ball. Okay, if this team's great, could you imagine what this team would be able to achieve if we just started out average? I mean, we're so below average right now on these first 4 games. It's just frustrating. I mean, even the one we win, we can't sit there and say that we won. That was a balance of we won and then it was given to us all at the same time.
Yeah. Defensively, we've given up 10 points in the last 3 games defensively. 10 points. That's it. In the second half. In the second half, we've given up 10 points in the last 3 games total. That's pretty impressive. I don't want to count how many points we've given up in the first half. How many points have we put up in the first half? Like 3 in the last 3 games? That's stupid.
Points in the entire game period. We haven't broken 20 points yet. And we're spotting these teams 14 points, 17 points. It's like, okay, well, we know our peak so far has only been 20. And we're spotting them 17-point leads. That math is not working out in our favor very often.
No, and here's another thing. Okay, so Frank Reich today in his press conference straight up said, he had, with a straight face, said, I think we have everything we need on our roster. We have the guys we need on our team. We just need to play better. Now, is that true? Do we have what we need on offense in order for us to be playing properly, or is Frank Reich right, and he needs to take a lot of this blame?
Well, for me personally, I'm looking at this roster. I'm saying, if you got everything you need, then why do you have such gaping holes at the left tackle? And I understand you're trying to go with Will Fries, but we even talked in training camp. Will Fries and Danny Pinter were like 1A, 1B. There wasn't a big gap between these 2. So do we have everything that we need on this team to be a very serious playoff Super Bowl? No. I honestly hope that we could see it from Pryor and Pinter or Fries or insert name. You know what I mean? But these guys just haven't really shown that they could be solid even, and that's all we needed. I mean, with Quentin Nelson, Ryan Kelly, and Braden Smith, you just needed solid at those 2 points. We're still not solid. We're a little Gumby-like. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I feel the same way. When it comes to skill positions like the tight ends and the wide receivers, these guys are actually out there. When Matt Ryan has a moment, he's producing with these guys. All right. He is legitimately producing with the tight end. Tight ends had a monster game yesterday. Monster game. Can't complain at all. There's guys out there going, why did Jelani Woods only get like 7 snaps? Because Kylan Granson and Mo Alley Cox were balling out, right? So when you got 3 really good tight ends that could go out there and play well, I have no problem with that. I have no problem with one of them occasionally not being able to play much, especially if it's a rookie. Now, wide receiver wise, we got to see a little bit of Paris Campbell. We got to see some Ashton Doolin. We got to see Michael Pittman Jr. We got guys at the wide receiver position that are actually playing. You got to give Matt Ryan time. And Matt Ryan, you got to hold on to the stinking football.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't give the ball away. You can't expect to be like, here's the ball, go score at will, and then we'll just try to make it up in the second half.
Yeah, and that's the thing, those turnovers. I mean, everybody's sitting there wanting to be angry with the Colts defense, and I get it. The first half, Tennessee had their way with them, but there again, the game was within reach. The game was left at a manageable position, and when the second half showed up, the defense had made their adjustments, and you said it. They're just not scoring on us in the second half of these games. But the thing is when our offense is getting there, even when they are moving the ball, we're not getting it in the end zone. How many times have we had a 4 and out, because we go for it on 4th down and can't punch it in? Or like yesterday, we get to the 4-yard line. And I'm not disputing, hey, I was all about kicking for the field goal and stuff. But my point is you're not going to be able to dig yourself out of these holes that you're putting yourselves in if you can't get 7 on at least, what is it? 5 touchdowns for Matt Ryan, 5 passing touchdowns. And I think he's got 5 interceptions, so there again, that's a numbers game that we're falling short on. And the thing is it's running the ball. How in the world with JT and Quentin Nelson and Braden Smith and Ryan Kelly and Mo Alley, you guys get it. Okay. I like the offensive talent, but if we could secure that ball and run the ball, that's who we are. That's everything that we're built around. This offensive line is making the most amount of money so that we could run the damn ball. We had hats. What more do you need? We got hats.
Well, here's the thing, okay? Frank Reich was asked that specific question, what's going on with the running game? And Frank Reich keeps going to this thing. They have one or two more guys on the defensive side than we have blockers. Well, if that's the case, that means they're loading the box. Can't you just throw over the top, loosen that up a little bit, right? Why are you force-feeding Jonathan Taylor into 9-man boxes? That's not a winning combination. Yes, he could do that occasionally, but hello, the man has a busted toe, and now we're not even sure if he's going to be playing against the Broncos because he rolled his ankle. We got multiple guys on the injury list right now. Shaquille Leonard, concussion. Tyquan Lewis, concussion. DeForest Buckner missed 90% of the game yesterday because of the elbow injury that he had, which I expected. I figured he was on a snap count, but come on. We got some major guys with major injuries. You have to be able to make plays and call things. On the offensive side, if Matt Ryan sees that, he's got to be able to have a box-loaded buster play ready in his hip pocket to be able to call that looks like what you already got out there so that you can take advantage of the situation. Why aren't we seeing more of that?
Yeah, I like I said, guys, for me, Coach Reich is phenomenal as far as, being positive and stuff. But whenever he comes to explaining, he's bottom 32 in the NFL. Some of these explanations, and maybe that's just because that he doesn't like to sit there and get in front of the microphone and make excuses. Okay. But point blank, the offense is not running the ball. When we get into the red zone, we're not scoring. You guys realize Tennessee Titans were 26th ranked defense, rushing defense last week. Okay. I'd argue that we look more like the 26th ranked rushing defense and they look more like the first ranked defense in the NFL. Because, JT, Derrick Henry, they're both amazing running backs. JT just doesn't seem to have faith in his blocking. We've seen a couple times bounce that thing out. It looked like it was like it had either or, but the or was not even an option for JT. He was just going with either right up the gut. And it's just, to me, that screams that he's not fully trusting the blocking and what he's seeing out there. Very similar to what we saw in his rookie year, at least in the first half of that year.
We have the 27th worst rushing attack in the NFL right now with Jonathan freaking Taylor. Last year we were number 1, right? And now we have the 27th worst. Talk about scoring. We're the second worst scoring offense in the NFL, right behind, you guessed it, the Chicago Bears, who are lucky to put 12 points on the board during a game, with the situations they got going on. That is not good company to be keeping. The only saving grace is the Broncos have scored as many touchdowns offensively as the Indianapolis Colts.
Mm-hmm.
So possibly. But if we're going to be missing guys like Darius Leonard and freaking Tyquan Lewis and DeForest Buckner and guys like that, out there on the defense, that's Russell Wilson, ladies and gentlemen, right?
Yeah.
They've got some guys out there, they just ain't been able to put it together. We got to figure out fixes all across this whole team. Offense, defense, special teams. We got to find a way of quit giving the ball away. We got to find a way to take the football away. We're -6 right now in turnover ratio. That is tied for 3rd worst in the NFL. Come on. All right. Any final words before we get out of here?
Guys, I want to end this on as positive a note. Okay, we sat there, we talked about, this Colts team and stuff, and they when they're expected to lose, and I would argue that a lot of us went into this offseason thinking, with the circumstances, the short turnover, going to Mile High, playing in that, high elevation. So right now, maybe the Colts have them right where they want them. Maybe the Colts, because it's hard to see a path where they win this game. This screams that, you know what? Maybe we go 2-0 against the AFC West so far. I'll tell you right now, this is definitely not how I saw this season breaking out. But like I said, I'm a diehard Colts fan, and I'm here for it.
Oh, I am as well, and I have faith that something will turn around. Everything that I'm seeing is fixable, right?
Mm-hmm.
In some one way or another. And there are some very big positive points on the Indianapolis Colts, even offensively. It's just the turnovers have to stop. The turnovers have to stop. I think that the offensive line has slowly gotten better. Slowly gotten better week to week. But incrementally, we'll end up being average by midway through the season. That's not what I want. We should have started out a lot better than that. All right.
Absolutely.
So, guys, thanks so much. Let us know your thoughts. What are you frustrated? Do you have faith? Do you think that the Colts can walk into Denver and pull off another upset the way they did when they hosted Kansas City? Because that's going to be an upset if the Colts beat Denver. I'm just saying. Guys, smash that like button. Hit subscribe if you're not subscribed. Tag that notification bell so that you are notified next time we go live or upload a video. Definitely need to check out a bunch of stuff. And I will be recording tomorrow morning. I'll have some questions for Rodney McLeod about the past game, and we'll post those up. He won't be on the show, but he's going to be answering some questions for me. And until next time, as usual, I'm Lawrence Owen. That is Colts Loyalist. This was Colts Law. And until next time, have a good one.